What's up, guys? So tonight I felt inspired, actually, for the first time in a long time, to sit down and write. And actually, I don't know what it was. It was just this one word, this one topic. I just I could not stop thinking about it. It's 12:30 at night right now, and I've been sitting here for quite a while putting this down, and I got to the end of it, and I just was so struck, like I was so taken by surprise by these words that have sprung from me that I felt like I needed to share them with someone. And I don't want anyone to take this as preaching. Like, I'm not trying to force my ideas on you, or like, this is how it is. It's an opinion. This is a side of me that I usually don't share with people. And I'm gonna get a little deep. So if that's not really your thing, then well, you know how to exit out of a video. But if I've caught your attention, then I feel like you're in for a treat. Um, so I am gonna be looking up because it is on my computer screen over here. But here we go. The topic is desire. What is desire? This is a question that can be answered in so many ways. I could give you a definition, or perhaps an example, but how do I properly describe desire? For me, desire is a flame. A flame, you ask? Why, yes, a flame indeed. For desire is one of the most primal of all the feelings that dwell within the human heart, standing beside the likes of anger and love. Now, it's interesting that I have mentioned love and desire in the same sentence, for they are often confused with one another, especially by youths and lovers. This is because they so often go hand in hand. Love is an eternal attraction, connection, and dependency on someone or something. But that's a topic for another day. For I've still failed to answer the original question: what is desire? Desire is the primal flame within man that can either consume you whole or leave you forever if it has been snuffed out. Desire is pleasure incarnate. Now, we have been taught that desire is a cardinal sin, standing along the likes of pride, greed, and wrath. But my question is, why is this so? It is from desire that we have ambition. There can be no love if you do not first desire what it is that you seek. So why are we taught that it is a damnable sin to enjoy your life and the world around you? I do not believe that was the intended message. Instead, we should remember that too much of any one thing is never beneficial to ourselves. No matter what religious background that you hail from, we can all agree that God, gods, has placed this earth here for our sake. We are designed to enjoy ourselves, so why do we so often frown upon the desires of another, or even ourselves? Maybe it's because, deep down inside, we harbor similar ugly desire. No one likes seeing a monster look back at them from the mirror. Whether we admit it or not, desire dwells within us all. We desire peace, family, home, comfort, wealth, prosperity, and succor. It is desire that drives us to seek that which is new. It is desire that grants the ambition to break down barriers and social norms. It is desire that leads us to search for that which we never believed possible. Though keep in mind that desire is still a flame. Flames provide warmth and light, but flames also burn. They consume and destroy. Desire is a flame, and all flames are double-edged swords. For it is desire that convinces us to take that which belongs to others. It allows us to betray the ones that we love for temporary pleasures. Desire is the whisper that sheds away logic and sense. All have desire. No matter how small their desires may be, it is still there, within us all. Desire has built kingdoms and toppled empires, for desire stands on a fine line between love and greed. So now I ask you, what do you desire? I promise that your answer will be different now than it is in 20 years. just as your desires have changed since the days of your adolescence. This shows that desire is indeed an ingrained part of our very souls, for it grows alongside us. My desires seem unattainable in my own eyes. I desire peace, acceptance among my peers, and love. I desire comfort in this life. I desire a beautiful woman who understands, loves, and accepts me for who and what I am, which is a flawed and damaged human being. Though, what I desire above all else is the one thing that seems the most unreachable. My most primal desire is to be well and truly happy. This may sound stupid to most, as happiness is probably the most wasted of feelings. We experience it for mere moments before we are thrown back into the chaos of the world. But who among us can attest to being well and truly happy in all things? I certainly cannot. It is this pursuit of happiness that forces me out of bed in the morning, or afternoon, and allows me to face the darkness for another day. While my desire for my life may seem simple in the eyes of a political leader or a successful businessman who desires money, power, and success above all else, yet in my eyes, their desire is primitive, shallow, and corrupt. But who are we to judge the goals and desires of anyone other than ourselves? We have no place to do so, and yet we continue to do so for the simple sake of satisfying an ego. So I ask you to help me achieve one of my desires. Please, lay your egos to the rest and learn to start accepting your fellows. We all must share the small amount of space that we call the planet Earth, and it would be easier to do so if we accepted our differences. One of my desires is a contradiction, however, for there can never be true peace as long as there is desire. For we will always desire what belongs to another, and we will always have the motivation to attempt to take it for our own. Thus, I look away from making peace on earth. Instead, I focus on making peace in my own life, and in the lives of those who cross my path. I root out corruption and cast out deceit. I fill my heart with love, as to leave no room for hatred. If everyone could strive for these simple goals, then world peace would not be such a pipe dream after all. No, goals isn't the right word. What I should have said was principles. To quote the movie Boondock Saints, these are principles that every man of every faith can embrace. To abandon these basic principles is to step over into a life of true corruption. For once you discard kindness, love, and generosity, your heart will slowly turn as cold as the stone that we tread upon. Now, I desire for you to contemplate these words. For if this fails to move even a single soul into action, then I have wasted my breath. I desire for you to accept yourself and everything that comes along with you. Understand and pursue your desire, but be careful that it does not consume you. We all have desire, and there is not a single desire that stands as more important than another. Build your kingdom, and don't let your empire topple. Thank you guys. That's it. No, it was a little bit lengthy, but if you stuck through to the end, I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, give it a thumbs up, or, if not, feel free to say, hey man, screw you, and I'm gonna be like, alright man, well that's your opinion. So, love, peace, Afro Grease, guys. Have yourselves a fantastic day, night, evening, afternoon, morning, whatever time it is that you happen to be watching this.